Hi, welcome to Loft 801. My name is Diego, and today I'm talking about The Iron Claw. Directed by Sean Durkin, it tells the tragic true story of the Von Erich wrestling family, brothers pushed into the ring by their domineering father, Fritz Von Erich. Spanning 1979 to the early 1990s, it explores the weight of a legacy forged in strength and shattered by loss. Quick heads up, this review will contain spoilers as I talk about the Von Erich family, so please click away if you don't want to know. Also, trigger warning. This story involves suicide, so please click away if that's too much for you. Fritz Von Erich was an American professional wrestler, promoter, and patriarch. He was a 3-time world champion, a 6-time NWA US champion, and the owner of World Class Championship Wrestling. Born Jack Barton Atkinson Sr., he preferred to go by his ring name Fritz. He had 6 sons, Jack Jr., who died as a child, Kevin, David, Kerry, Mike, and Chris. Their story about the Von Erich curse is so tragic that this movie even omitted Chris. Kevin is our emotional core and anchor in this film. We see things largely from his point of view. I like this because given the chaotic and untimely nature of events, this steady lens helps us experience the highs of fames like titles, parties, and family joy. But it also helps us experience the crushing lows like funerals, broken relationships, and loneliness. It makes the final payoff in the movie deeply satisfying. Kevin narrates how his father has favorites. Kerry first, then Kevin, David, and Mike. The favoritism is based on dreams of glory, the pursuit of their father's approval, and tragic deaths. I enjoyed the balance this movie portrayed between wrestling and the family drama. Wrestling is the spectacle, but behind the scenes, the domestic life is intimate and harsh. There are a couple of core themes in this movie that work really well together. Firstly, brotherhood. This family is very tight-knit. They love each other deeply, and seeing them work out together, float rivers, drink, and cheer each other on pulls you in. As a result, each death in the family feels devastating. Against that warmth of brotherhood is a layered toxic masculinity. Fritz's constant ranking of his sons, rejection of weakness, and inability to grieve openly hurts his family. The clash between unconditional brotherly love and conditional fatherly approval gives this movie its emotional depth. This movie is about how families can unknowingly doom their children by forcing them into cycles of silence and performance. The Von Erich curse is a symbol of generational trauma. It's rooted in harsh expectations, steroids, injuries, and a lack of emotional support. Spoilers here, I think it's important to paint how devastating the toxic masculinity in this family was. Like I said earlier, Jack Jr. died as a child. He drowned. David Von Erich died at age 25 during a tour due to ruptured intestines. Mike Von Erich died next at age 23 by committing suicide. Chris Von Erich died next at age 21 by committing suicide. And lastly, Kerry Von Erich died at age 33 by committing suicide. They had no emotional support system other than themselves, and when one of them fell, they dominoed. This is a very heavy and sad movie, but it's not without hope. Kevin breaks the cycle of toxic masculinity with his children, and that's worth celebrating. Which, speaking of Kevin, Zac Efron is fantastic. Ever since Neighbors, he's been a jaw-dropping physical freak of nature. He looks insane in this movie. He's bulky and his veins are popping. However, what really sells this role is the vulnerability Efron brings. He makes Kevin sympathetic and human. He sells both the wrestling showmanship and the quiet tragedy of being the last man standing. His final line in the movie put tears in my eyes. Jeremyallenwhite is also incredible as Kerry. He is massive and shredded. I love the cocky attitude he brings and his haunted look. He's the golden child of the family, but his father's pressure makes him spiral. I think Jeremy really sells Kerry's highs, but his brokenness makes his fall the most gut-wrenching. I'd never really paid attention to Harris Dickinson, but this movie put him on the map for me. He's great as David, a showman, confident, and magnetic. His sudden death hits like a brick to the head because his warmth and humor are instantly gone. His death is extra tragic because he could have been the brightest star. I'm not kidding when I say the entire cast brings their A-game. Stanley Simons is very human in this movie. Mike doesn't want to wrestle. He wants to make music, but he's forced into the ring. He's a misfit, and Fritz's control makes him fragile. Holt McCallany is chilling as Fritz. There are moments where he loves his family, but there are a lot of moments where he pressures and intimidates them. He's not cartoonish in the slightest. He feels tragically real and emotionally stunted. He sadly believes he's right and refuses to take accountability for his parenting. He's an incredible example of true toxic masculinity. Lily James and Maura Tierney as Pam Atkinson, Kevin's wife, and Doris Von Erich are remarkable. Pam is the emotional anchor outside the ring. She's warm, supportive, and serves as Kevin's lifeline to a healthier family dynamic. She adds warmth to a bleak story. On the other hand, Doris is a complicit mother. She loves and supports her sons, but doesn't shield them from their father's control. The cost of her silence in the home is immense. Overall, the casting was perfect. The brotherhood felt genuine. The range of vulnerability, intensity, charisma, and fragility showed different angles of the family tragedy. The performance performances make this movie more than a sports biopic. The cinematography in this film is also great. It's warm and grainy, giving it a late 70s 80s vibe and feel. I love the sweat and bright lights. Wrestling matches feel vibrant and chaotic, and the theatrics are perfectly captured. The costumes were great, the haircuts were great. At home, I love the tighter, quieter, longer takes. There's an oppressive weight to them. Whether it was Kevin running in the mornings, drone shots of the funeral procession, or colorful wrestling entrances, I really enjoyed the melancholic realism. Richard Reed Perry composed the score, and it's wonderful. It's moody and has an undercurrent of unease even during triumphant moments. It reminds you that Fritz won't let his children rest on their success. The score is great at elevating the emotions in this film. It balances 80s energy and cheers in a stadium with the mournful emptiness of loss in a home. In short, the soundtrack is very effective. The Iron Claw is one of those rare sports dramas that transcends the ring. It's not just about wrestling, it's about fathers and sons, love and loss, and the devastating cost of silence. The brotherhood between Kevin, Kerry, David, and Mike gives the story its beating heart, while Fritz's obsession with legacy tears it apart. With stellar performances across the board, gorgeous but somber cinematography, and a soundtrack that captures both the highs of roaring crowds and the lows of unbearable grief. This is a film that lingers long after the credits roll. It's heavy, heartbreaking, and at times almost too much to bear, but it ends with a glimmer of hope as Kevin breaks the cycle for his own children. This is a powerful and emotional watch, and if you haven't seen it, you definitely should. Thank you for listening to my review of The Iron Claw. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and hit subscribe. If you did not enjoy the content, thank you for sticking around. As always, I would love to read what you have to say, so leave a comment and let me know what you're thinking. Also, if there's something you want to see reviewed, don't forget to let me know and I will do my best to get to it. Lastly, if you want to see some more from me, then you can check out my vlogs linked up above or my podcast Good Friends. Again, thank you for watching. My name is Diego, and I will see you next time.